It's a TVZ, guys. Buckle and brace yourselves here in the round of 16 for DreamHack Stockholm, DreamHack Open 2014. I'm Rifkin, joined tonight by Zombie Grub, or I guess this morning, going off conventional standards. Either way, spawning here on the lower central portion of the map, he's the blue Terran player, representing Team Liquid. Give it up for Bunny!
Number right as the Teal Zerg. It's Samsung Galaxy's Solar.
Bunny and Solar, I've got really special places in my heart for both of them. These two are some of arguably the better players in StarCraft 2 right now, and we kind of had the good fortune of, well, at least me for both, you for Solar for sure, watching these guys kind of rise from nothingness. I mean, we always bring this up when we cast Solar, or any of the Samsung guys. It feels like just yesterday we were doing Zotac North Americas, and this guy had like 5 followers on Twitter saying, hey, can you guys like give people my Twitter? And we're like, no problem. And he was so happy to get like his first 50 followers. You know, barely winning his Zotac Cup. Now goes on to fight against Tejas in the finals of like IEMs and stuff. I mean, Solar is a really nice guy on top of being an awesome player. And I guess
Bunny's pretty cool too.
Well, yeah, I was gonna segue to the Bunny story here. You know, first time I saw him was about a year ago in Vega Squadron or whatever it was. Then he was in Copenhagen Wolves for a little bit, bounced around from teams, and then it was such a weird pickup to see him on Team Liquid when they picked up Mana, but absolutely has paid off. One of the few and only foreigners to beat a Korean in a big event, in a big tournament. Bunny has earned his notoriety for sure.
I mean, once Team Liquid picks someone up, you know they're gonna be like the best foreigner at some point.
Right? I mean, some teams are, there's just magic about them. Team Liquid's one of them.
I don't think you guys understand how, like, you know, it's still like, there's still a bit of pain when I say that, you know, because I used to be like all about EG, you know? I still like guys on EG for sure.
You know what EG stands for, right?
Evil...
Elephant Graveyard?
Oh, okay. Man, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
I don't know if that's original, but I just made it up. But, yo, this is actually pretty sick. Solar's looking for that 2-Rex. He's, like, waiting for it to come.
Well, that's impossible. He scouted the barracks.
That's why I find it a little weird that he's doing this with the drone. Because otherwise, this is, like, Reaper bait, right? Like, what? Free food.
I can only imagine that he's making sure a bunker doesn't go down.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the whole point of patrolling it. Nurchio, actually, for a long time, was the only Zerg player to do this.
A bunker for the Reaper. They got a 2-Rex bunker.
Well,
you know,
2-Rex bunker, Reaper bunker, whatever. The point is, like, the thing I was going to bring up was, like, Nurchio for a long time was the only Zerg player to ever do that, and he was the only one who comfortably defended, like, every single time. So I really like seeing that patrol drone out there on the front lines.
Well, I mean, now it's, you know, it kind of sucks because they're on the low ground, so he's going to have to build cancel them. Buildings can't cover both places.
So here's the thing we talked a little bit before the series got underway, by the way. So we know Solar is a good player. There's no need to discuss this. Korea has gone toe-to-toe with Tejas in finals of tournaments. I mean, that's your credibility right there.
Uh-oh. Oh, not worth. Oh!
He dies midair.
That was weird.
The thing I was going to get into is, that we talked about how Bunny is one of these players who gets really aggressive early. Like, there aren't a lot of really aggressive Terrans that, you know, don't rely on 2-Rex, right? Bunny comes at you with Hellbats, he comes at you with the Marines hard. Having invested in the Reapers like this, he's not exactly getting out the fastest units possible, and in fact, he's going for a 3rd CC.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited for this series because I'm waiting for that game where, you know, Bunny's just going to hit him with that Hellbat attack, and Solar's not going to be ready for it.
Yeah. I really expected it, you know, and it's not like a whole thing where, like, well, Bunny can't take him in a macro game. Like, maybe he can, but it's just, like, he did it so effectively against Snoot. And Snoot, you know... I guess not this tournament, obviously. You just need to have a bad tournament this time. But, you know, not a couple of weeks ago, he was on fire in terms of TVZ. It just, you know, like, why not just do it again? Like, it just worked out so, so well. But, you know, taking it a long game, going to test his macro skills.
You know, one of the kind of sad things for Solar is he does see this with the Overlord. Like, he knows where his opponent is. He's also going to know this wall won't be complete. And with a 3rd CC like opener like this, you're not going to have that wall down in time. But Solar's not the guy that we know to do a lot of Roach bailing all-ins, to do that 3rd hatch type deal. But it's one of those things that can catch a build like this a little bit off guard.
Well, he is going to go for fast mutas, it looks like, with a super early lair. This can sometimes be really easy to scout, and sometimes you have Terrans that just assume way too much, you know. Well, they probably got a 3rd. Well, oh, it's not going to be mutas. It's going to be double D1 Roach.
Okay. So it takes out the gases though. So the options there if you'd like it, but not at all going to be the go-to. I mean, mutas are still going to come into effect in this matchup. They're just not as big of a deal as they used to be. But oh, whoa! Barely catches the Hellions? No, not even going to catch the Hellions. Queen's so far out of position. Solar, please.
Those Lynx were attacking the Evo Chamber.
Queen went why? Oh, this is not good for Solar. This is a really horrible start.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, those are some great shots.
Those really were. He gets 11 kills for this, and he's not done yet. 12 kills for this.
All right, yeah, and he gets a really great scout too. Like, I mean, everything went his way right there.
Oh, Bunny. No.
No, it's gonna be a double upgraded roaches with, I guess, a quick roach speed. Like, you know, Miles get the lair.
I don't love the engineering bay wall, but that's nitpicky and something we can bring up if it becomes problematic.
If you see slow lings, the chance of them getting banelings at any point is pretty, you know, it's pretty.
It's almost worse if it's roaches because they can sit there from afar and snipe off.
Okay, only if it was an all-in. Like, I mean, maybe you're right, maybe.
Well, either way, for now, Bunny gets a good lead in this game. Now, that didn't exactly kill Solar, but it's worth noting that Solar's third is going to be done not late, but later than like you would see for a greedy build. So, what ends up being the consequences? Like, on one hand, yes, he's going to have units out, and that's great, but he's not exactly rushing out to those 70 drones anytime soon.
Yeah, only at 51. And Bunny behind that was macroing, so he's going to hit his regularly timed medevac push. And Solar's gonna be able to push it back, of course, because, you know, Roach is just, you know, they're gonna be good for now. But it's the, you know, the whole idea of like, well, how are you gonna defend a bunch of drops? Bunny's gonna feel really in control of this game. Oh, Solar is gonna go. Okay, so when I said like banelings might be a little out there, I was thinking specifically, okay, but if he does the like the broach into mutilating bling, you know, obviously that's not the case. He will be getting banelings, and the Spire is coming out, and so is Speed. So that's what he's doing.
Right, he's investing in the ranged weapons, which. Kind of interesting. I don't know if Solar's willing to play the Swarm Push style. We have seen a lot of Zerg players trying to emulate it, but I'm not sure if that'll be a comfortable go-to for him, but it's an option that is available.
What's so weird is that when we see them do this 1-1 attack, it's like, you know, it's a pretty big attack. You know, it's a 1-1 Roach attack that's supposed to, you know, Marines save every life. Oh, whoops. Never mind.
Rex pulls out the Roach.
The 1-1 is supposed to hit with like a really big roach attack, and you know Solar might be trying to kind of like banking on like Bunny overreacting. I don't know, because he is going into mutilating bling, and is it going to be more effective because he didn't go back into roach like as many roaches as we usually see, or is it going to be less effective because he did absolutely no damage and he took damage early?
Well, I really like that he kept the roaches alive. I mean, a lot of the times we see these kind of get wasted because everyone's in their mind like, oh, these are cheap units, you can throw them away, but keeping everything alive really matters when you didn't have that 70 fast like economy. Like now he's on 70 drones and that's fantastic, but it did take quite some time to get here.
Yeah. Bunny might be a little freaked out. I think he did get a little tricked. You know, he's getting tanks, which aren't going to be the greatest thing unless he goes into tanks and tries to play bomber style.
Yo, 8 creep tumor spreads creep so fast. Jesus.
Yeah, but it also gets cleaned up.
Yeah. Units are revealed though. Banelings are on the way. I mean, Solar's got the tools necessary.
Oh, I didn't kill that one after creep tumor. That's annoying. Well then. Alright then. Okay, so he sees the mutas now, and yeah, he does transfer over to a Thor. I mean, he has the Tech Lab, the Widowmines, Hellbats, those are good too, but like, I actually really like the choice of not panicking and like trying to build a reactor on the factory, and just saying, okay, I'll just put another factory, get some Thors out of this one earlier.
Well, those upgrades are coming out here, 2-2 on the way for both. Well, actually not for both, I forgot, melee weapons were stinted, so it's actually 1-2. For the melee stuff here, the banelings and the zerglings specifically, but taking the engagement off of creeps or do this without speed too. Back on up there, buddy.
I'm not sure Bunny was paying attention. Lucky for him, Solar.
It's kind of one of those awkward moments for both, but Solar does get a small amount of mutalisks over here, so gonna pick off the refinery. That's gonna be a bit of a nuisance.
They're so small though. Oh, big engagement goes down on creep. Bunny stimming off. I mean, without speed. You know,
it's
Solar's
so close to finish. There we go. He's finally got it.
Yeah, Solar's bank on the creeps for just holding him off. So the refinery goes down, which is, you know, it's a little annoying.
Takes a couple of mutal losses there from the Thor and the Marines. I'm not sure if that was worth a refinery, but we'll put a small stint here in the gas income of Bunny. But it's like such a big bang because this is Bioterran, right? Like you don't need that much gas when it comes to the mid game.
And he hasn't been having that Widowmine production. You know, if he does go to Widowmine, he'll still be going into Hellbats. Those are the original Hellbats.
I'm really looking forward to watching Bunny possibly abuse the map here with some of the tanks. There are good siege positions on this map, related to these cliffs especially, but it's not easy to take advantage of. But if he can, I mean, he is a player good enough to do that.
Yeah, I mean, there are builds that are actually centered around getting 2 tanks, not because you think they're going for roaches, but because they're just really effective in this type of position right here. So he's just using what he has, you know? Okay, maybe I was a little tricked in the beginning, but now I'm going to really abuse it. Counterattack denied.
Yeah. Forces for enough to deal with this. I mean, it's 1 Thor at the moment, more are coming out, but I would like to see some Widowmines. Not a whole lot, but just like 1 or 2, just for the chance of getting those sick hits. Tanks are doing an okay job covering for now, but the second he is away from those tanks for even more than a moment, the Mutas should swap in and pick him off. Where are the Mutas? Whoa, that's a lot of Banelings coming out here on the 3rd. That's gonna sting. That's gonna sting.
Yeah, it is.
Mutas wrapping around the side. I mean, okay, so he's gonna have to chew through that bunker, but normally you only have about 8 Banelings for this run by. This is a lot more than 8, so he's going to have the extra Banelings necessary to go through them.
Thor's there, and a bunch of units are there too, though, so this might be a whole big waste.
Gets a good chunk of the Marines with this, but you're right, it's never going to be cost effective. Thor does fall, and so does the bunker. Maybe the units are just barely enough for the production, I feel should be.
Bunny, don't just pull back all your army and leave the tanks alone. Well, okay, he didn't leave the tanks alone per se, but they are going to die.
Mostly alone. This is like...
That was really unnecessary. He probably expected. He did. I don't think he knew exactly what the army was, so maybe expecting more of the army to try and bust his 3rd, which he obviously didn't want.
Well,
that would have been
he did manage to save 1 of the tanks, which was nice.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. But he killed the 4th, which is what's really important, you know. So pulling back, you know, maybe he didn't have to, but it's better than having your attention split, and then that's when Solar attacks you, and you didn't pay attention.
I think one of the things I really like about Solar is he definitely approaches the game in his own way. I mean, normally we'd be talking about how the goal for the Zerg players, you know, keep running that creep, keep expanding, and do this or that and the other, but he's just banked up a lot of Banelings. He's ready to go for this 1 big attack, but what he's also done, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of bank to work with, but his injects have been on par, none of these queens have a lot of floating energy. He's going to be able to remax, should have come to it.
It's a pretty dangerous position here for Bunny, but you know, Solar is off creep. There's still a lot of Marines left over.
Not getting control of those Banelings at the start. Wasted a lot of time, but the Banelings come from behind and catch the whole army off guard. Wipes out Bunny's forces, and now he's going to go for the counter. Muto's going to clean up what couple of medevacs are left, and Bunny, he's got to pump units right now. This bunker is empty. The wall is not complete. This 3rd base, oh, these Lings are going to tear it to shreds.
Yeah, so that was just a dangerous position for Bunny. You know, he's far away from his reinforcement line. There wasn't a lot of room to go ahead and split. You know, I think he, you know, post that battle, he's like, okay, that was a bad idea. I might just lose the game because of that.
Yeah. Widowmines are finally in play. We'll see if they can get those like God mode hits that turn this around. But even then, it's going to be incredibly difficult because Solar's going to be barreling in with just, I'd say, too much.
Yeah. The Baneling, Widowmines have to be focus fire.
Oh,
for sure.
The friendly fire on the Marines. There's like a Baneling hit going off on top of the Marines.
They hit the roaches that are in front of the Banelings with the Banelings. Very disappointing. He might still hold. The supplies are very even. He really hasn't reached the SV line yet. Oh, not the worst. Not the worst. The 4th command center was killed, I believe, not canceled, but the Bunny is going to hold.
Where's the counter going off here? Okay, to the north. The north. We got drones dying here. Bunny with 1 drop actually guts out 19 workers, more than Solar killed at Bunny's 3rd.
Yeah. Killing that 4th, I still... was, you know, it was a little hurtful. I mean, that's Hornet Minerals, but it's still an even game right now.
You know, we didn't really address this, but one of the big things is 3-3 for Bunny, whereas it's 1-2 for Solar. I mean, these Zerglings, they tickle the Marines.
Yeah, and the Mutas, they have +1 flyer attack, which is usual, but they're just, you know, they can't really deal with any amount of Marines like these two.
This game right now is a great example of how powerful upgrades can be in the right situation.
Yeah, it was pretty important that they finished. That was perfectly timed. Pushing up here without any splash is a little dangerous. You know, no Widowmine, just the Thor. But without any Banelings, you know, the Roaches, they just really don't do well. It's supposed to be there just to soak up damage the Banelings can actually hit.
Still going up the Marines. With only the Thor is the form of anti-air, I guess a Widowmine might get a sick out of the Mutas. Does get a decent hit, but man,
you know what?
He is struggling. He is struggling hard right now.
He saw a kill move, and it wasn't quite there. So it was Bunny's turn to counterattack and actually win the game. Like, and by the way, that attack path probably like a lot better.
Yeah,
you know?
Spawn locations definitely complemented the way that went there towards the end, but That was game 1. You know, that was I thought that looked like Solar had that in the bag with that attack on the 3rd, but
It scared me.
it really was. We're gonna hop into game 2. Getting the lobby up right now, guys, so don't worry, you're not missing a thing. I'm just gonna kind of go get this up, and we'll see you guys in a sec.